One of the things that I love to do most in this world is to see something in ready to wear and replicate it on my own home sewn project. So today we're taking the Saltwhistle Scallop Edge, which is right here, and we're going to be using that pattern piece to create a trend that I am seeing everywhere on my personal social media pages. It is this version of a scalloped edge. I see it most on these little shorts that are so darling, but I think I'm going to be able to replicate it using the Saltwhistle pattern. So this last month, Love Notions has been doing a feature a day, and today's feature pattern is the Saltwhistle top. It's right here, and it is so cute. And what it is most stunning about it, I think, is the scalloped edge detail, which is so trendy right now. So I want to take this scallop edge, and instead of using the facing, which the pattern includes, to finish off the edge of the hem, I am doing it a little bit differently so that I can create this rolled look edge. What I did was very simple, and it actually includes no pattern modifications whatsoever. So let me just very quickly show you exactly how I achieved this look. Step 1, cut out your skirt pattern piece, including the scalloped edge. Step 2, throw away that facing piece because you're not going to need it. Next, get some inner facing. I just used Pellon SF101 because I knew it was for woven fabrics and would give me a very nice sturdy edge. After I found that inner facing, I just lined the edge of my scallops up to the edge of the inner facing and cut a scallop strip. This is what my scalloped edge looked like when I fused it to my fabric. I know that it is a white color, not ideal, but nobody's gonna see the side of the piece anyway, so I'm okay with it. I think you can get black SF101, so that might be a good investment if your fabric is a darker color. Next, let's go over to my serger so you can see exactly the machine settings that I use, and maybe you can replicate that on your own machine as well. Keep in mind, every machine is different. As I set up my serger, it was really important to do test samples so that I could see what settings on my machine yielded the best results. That's both the stitch length, the stitch width, the tension, and the thread. So I started out with some pretty wonky samples, but these were very informative to me as I figured out my process. So here's how I set up my machine. Of course, I consulted the manual set up for the 3-thread rolled edge initially. After some tweaking, I stayed using only the right needle. I disengaged the knife, my stitch width set here, and my stitch length is set here to rolled hem. For my differential feet, it is at its lowest setting. I have stitch D selected. And then as far as thread, in my lower looper and my right hand needle, I have my regular cone thread, serger thread, and then I have woolly nylon, which is a little bit of like a thicker thread in my upper looper. Now let me give you a little bit of instruction on how to feed the fabric through the serger to create a polished piece and not something that's a little bit more wonky or uneven. So here is my process. First off, it's really important to go slow. Gently guide the fabric through. As you get to these curvy parts, you might need to lift up your presser foot a little bit and work the fabric underneath. This is why it's important to disengage the knife, because if you continue on like this, the knife is going to cut off this beautiful scallop. So when we get to this part and the knife isn't disengaged, we're going to fold this scallop all the way over. And that is so that we can get all the way to this pivot point, the curve, like the edge of the curve. So this little edge of the curve, we have to be able to get to that point with our serger thread. A lot of times you might just go straight across and skip this little point there. So we need to fold this all the way over and have it go underneath the presser foot just until you get to that edge, and then you can unfold the fabric and work it through again. So I'm going to fold this over and just continue feeding it, watching very carefully up top here to make sure that the fabric is not going, that the serger thread is not going over this folded part. I'm going to unfold it as soon as I get to that little peak. Open up, take my fabric and fold it over. Readjust, and then start again. I could stop here for sure, but I really want to get a really beautiful satin cover over this stitching. So I am going to go another pass over just for a nice thick satin stitch. So that's how to create a scalloped hem with a rolled edge on a serger. I'm going to go iron this and we'll see how it turned out. So that's how I created a scallop hem with a satin stitch rolled edge. And I cannot wait to see how my final dress all turns out. Stay tuned for our next video and you'll get to see. And with that, we're only one more day left in Me Made May and our Love Notions trunk show. So tomorrow is our final $5 pattern. Today's $5 pattern is Saltwhistle with that gorgeous scallop detail. So make sure that you pick it up and add it into your collection. Enjoy sewing with it and playing around with it a little bit like I did today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, tips, advice, I would love to hear them in the comments. I always am so excited to see what you're sewing, and if you've sewn Saltwhistle, make sure that you post it on socials and tag @LoveNotions. Watch, follow, subscribe, and stay tuned for lots more sewing goodness with Love Notions for the rest of the month of May as well as into the rest of the summer. Bye.